For decades, General Motors and Allison Transmission were one of the auto world's most reliable power couples. Together, they created some of the toughest, most respected heavy-duty drivetrains in America. If you drove a Silverado HD or a GMC Sierra HD in the 2000s and early 2010s, chances are you were feeling the seamless, bulletproof work of an Allison automatic. It was the kind of partnership that built reputations. But that long-running collaboration is now history. And according to industry insiders and next-gen transmission experts, the split between GM and Allison isn't just about business strategy. It's a sign of deeper problems in how GM approaches engineering partnerships and powertrain innovation. Let's dive into why Allison is truly done with GM, what's replacing that legendary transmission technology, and why experts say the situation might be worse than anyone thought. The golden era, Allison and GM's power partnership. To understand this breakup, we have to rewind to the early 2000s. When GM launched the Duramax diesel engine for its heavy-duty trucks, it paired it with the Allison 1000 automatic transmission, a move that changed the truck market overnight. Allison brought its expertise from the world of military and commercial-grade gearboxes, giving GM's HD pickups a reputation for unmatched towing strength, smoothness, and reliability. The Duramax plus Allison combo became a badge of honor. Owners bragged about it. Dealers used it as a selling point. It wasn't just a transmission, it was the standard of heavy-duty performance. But as GM evolved, so did its priorities, and that's where the trouble started. Why GM started pulling away. GM began developing its own in-house 10-speed automatic transmission, the 10L1000, a project co-developed with Ford. On paper, it made sense. By designing their own gearboxes, GM could cut costs, control supply chains, and integrate powertrains more tightly. But in practice, the move wasn't as smooth as GM hoped. While Allison units had a proven reputation for durability, early feedback on GM's 10-speed transmission was mixed. Some heavy-duty truck owners complained about rough shifts, inconsistent towing behavior, and long-term reliability concerns. Allison, on the other hand, didn't want to be tied to any single automaker anymore. The company saw the growing demand for advanced automatic and hybrid transmissions in commercial fleets, electric buses, and defense vehicles, sectors that offered more growth and less corporate red tape. So when GM decided to push forward with its own transmission division, Allison didn't fight back. It simply walked away. Next-gen transmission experts say the split runs deeper. According to several next-gen drivetrain analysts, the end of the GM-Allison partnership is about more than just cost-cutting. It's about a culture clash. Allison's engineering philosophy revolves around overbuilding, designing transmissions that can take abuse for decades. GM's modern approach, however, leans toward cost efficiency, modular design, and lighter weight materials to meet emissions and fuel economy targets. That's a recipe for conflict. GM wanted a transmission that checked every box on paper: efficiency, shift speed, cost control. One former GM engineer told an industry journal, "Allison builds transmissions that survive war zones and logging camps." Those priorities just didn't align anymore. Next-gen reports also suggest that GM underestimated the long-term benefits of keeping Allison on board. While GM's 10-speed unit performs well under normal loads, it reportedly struggles in certain high-stress fleet applications, areas where Allison gearboxes shine. The aftermath. What happened to GM's heavy-duty lineup? After the split, GM began branding its heavy-duty trucks as featuring an Allison 10-speed automatic, even though the transmission was designed in-house. That marketing choice sparked controversy and confusion. Many consumers believed they were still getting a genuine Allison transmission. But Allison later clarified that the 10-speed used in GM's pickups wasn't actually theirs. GM merely licensed the name to maintain brand trust. This move drew criticism from truck enthusiasts and industry experts who accused GM of leveraging Allison's reputation to mask the transition. Allison doesn't make the 10-speed in those trucks. GM does, said one next-gen transmission consultant. It's smart marketing, but it's not the same DNA. The build quality and testing process are different. In short, GM kept the name, but not the heritage. Allison's next chapter. Freedom to innovate While GM focuses on optimizing its own powertrains, Allison has quietly expanded into new markets. The company is now deeply involved in developing hybrid electric and fully electric drivetrains for heavy-duty applications, from commercial trucks to transit buses and even military vehicles. Their new e-Gen Power electric axle, for example, is being adopted by major truck manufacturers around the world. It's modular, efficient, and engineered with the same durability principles that made Allison famous. Without being tied down to GM's corporate roadmap, Allison is free to innovate faster and pursue new opportunities in clean energy transportation. In other words, while GM's heavy-duty division might be looking backward, perfecting combustion-era tech, Allison is already building what's next. Why experts say it's worse than you think. The real issue, according to several next-gen insiders, is what this breakup reveals about GM's broader powertrain strategy. GM's move to go solo might look like independence, but it's also a gamble. By distancing itself from proven partners like Allison, GM is taking on full responsibility for durability, software tuning, and long-term service, areas where Allison's experience provided a safety net. Heavy-duty truck buyers are noticing the difference. In forums and fleet reports, some Silverado HD owners say they miss the old Allison feel, the smoother shifts, the confidence under max towing loads. NextGen's recent reliability review even rated the GM 10L1000 transmission slightly below its Ford and Ram counterparts in long-term durability. GM can build a great engine, said one transmission engineer from a competing firm. But a great powertrain is only as good as its weakest link. And right now, that link might be the transmission. The industry's verdict. Allison's decision to move on wasn't driven by drama, it was driven by direction. The company realized that the future of mobility won't just be about internal combustion, but about integrating robust electric and hybrid systems that can handle commercial-grade demands. GM, meanwhile, is caught balancing between tradition and transformation. The automaker has ambitious EV goals, but it still relies heavily on its truck sales for profits, trucks that need bulletproof transmissions to keep loyal customers satisfied. In that sense, losing Allison wasn't just a partnership shift, it was a strategic blow. The road ahead. So, where does this leave both companies? Allison is thriving in the global commercial and defense market, carving out a niche in electric propulsion systems that could dominate the next decade. GM, meanwhile, is trying to prove it can deliver heavy-duty reliability without leaning on Allison's legendary expertise. But according to next-gen experts, that's easier said than done. The Allison name used to mean you'll never have to worry about your gearbox. One engineer summarized, "Now, that confidence is gone. And once truck buyers lose that feeling, it's hard to win them back." Final thoughts. Allison and GM's split marks the end of an era. A reminder that even the strongest alliances can fall apart when priorities shift. What was once a symbol of durability and engineering trust has now turned into a cautionary tale about brand identity, corporate control, and the cost of independence. In the eyes of industry veterans, Allison didn't just walk away, it evolved. And as GM moves forward with its own in-house tech, truck owners will be the ones to decide whether the new generation can live up to the legend. Because for many who grew up hearing, "It's got an Allison," no amount of rebranding will ever sound the same again.